The city adopts a budget each year that reflects the City Council's goals and the ongoing commitment to provide efficient and essential services to our residents and businesses. Due to unprecedented declines in property tax revenues and funding cuts from the state, the city worked hard to reduce its spending to the lowest inflation-adjusted level in 18 years. With the approval of the Safe Streets proposal by voters this past November, the proposed budget now enables the city to avoid further cuts to public safety, provide needed capital investments in the community, and leads the city on a path towards financial stability. The budget for the next fiscal year totals $155.6 million. Nearly 80% of the increase is for the replacement of capital items, repairs to city infrastructure and parks, neighborhood road repairs, and the reconstruction of Van Dyke. If the one-time capital increases are excluded, total expenditures increased by $4.5 million, or 3.3%. The general fund budget, which pays for police and fire protection, and the public works operations, including snow plowing and garbage pickup, totals $89.2 million. 94% of the budget increase next year is devoted to additional public safety and capital funding. Absent the duplicating transfers to other funds to finance the capital, the general fund operational budget rose only $1.8 million, or 2.3%. The budget continues to reflect the 15% savings from labor contracts achieved with wage and benefit concessions, reduced retirement benefits, and the elimination of retiree medical for new hires. Employee costs are also lower due to the greater use of technology, part-time and volunteer staffs, privatization, and over 55 service-sharing partnerships. Nearly two-thirds of the general fund budget is dependent upon property taxes. Of the total, businesses pay 37% of the tax bill, while city residents pay only 63%. The city's diversified tax base and economic development efforts also help to lower taxes for residential property owners. The average homeowner's total tax bill for the next year will be $252, or 9.1% less than it was 7 years ago. In fact, tax bills are lower than amounts paid even 10 years ago, despite the passage of the Safe Streets proposal. A family living in a typical home will pay only $81 per month in city property tax. Remember that 60% of a homeowner's tax bill goes towards funding schools and county-wide government operations. The city issues and collects the tax bill, but most goes to fund other government operations. Because of cost cutting and the efficient delivery of services, the city's tax rate remains very low. In fact, the city's tax rate is lower than the vast majority of cities in the state. The city's tax rate is 5.5 mils lower than the average of all Macomb County cities. While the city's total taxable value is down 23.6% since 2008, it is increasing slightly next year, the first increase in 7 years. The city will not see the full inflationary adjustment, however, due to a loss of some commercial, personal property, and flat industrial values. Residential properties, which have experienced over a 16% increase in market values, will see only a 1.6% taxable value increase, which is one of the lowest increases in the past 20 years and is well below the average 2.4% inflationary rate. The largest amount of an average Sterling Heights homeowner's monthly city tax bill is for police protection and the operation of the court, which totals $31. $16 goes towards the funding of public works, snow plowing, and refuse collection services, while $15 of the monthly tax bill goes to support the fire department. In other words, nearly 80% of a homeowner's city tax bill goes to fund public safety and public works. Residents pay less than $4 a month for the public library, parks and recreation, and senior citizen services. As a result, Sterling Heights homeowners continue to receive an excellent value for their tax dollar. The budget funds 456 full-time positions, an increase of 8 net positions. For the first time in 7 years, the budget does not decrease city staff. 5 full-time positions are being converted from part-time due to retirements in accordance with labor agreements. 6 full-time staff have been restored due to an increase in service demands, largely in public works, and 3 vacant court positions have become part-time. The city has still reduced funding for 193 full-time positions, or 30% of its workforce, since 2002, saving $15.4 million annually. The employee per resident ratio has decreased by 43%. Public safety staffing is down only 20% compared to more than a 40% reduction in other departments. The city's staffing levels continue to be the lowest of any other comparable city in the state and lower than most cities across the country. The budget for next year includes funding for the early hiring and training of 12 police officers to lessen the impact of upcoming police department retirements, a fire officers mentoring program to train new firefighters due to upcoming retirements, new turnout gear and face masks, and funding to fully staff the rescue and ladder trucks, and increased staffing and street maintenance efforts in public works. The budget also restores capital funding that had to be dramatically scaled back and delayed over the past 6 years due to revenue losses. Funds are being budgeted to replace 11 police vehicles, police in-car video cameras, a fire heavy rescue vehicle, a battalion chief response vehicle, fire extrication equipment, police and fire personal computers, and 3 DPW snowplows. The city's second largest fund is for water and sewer operations, which provides $40.3 million for water and sewer services purchased from the City of Detroit. The city will continue to offer the lowest residential water and sewer rate of any city in the state with more than 25,000 residents. As a result, the average household will pay only $50 per month for all water and sewer services. The city's special revenue funds provide $18.8 million primarily for investments in road maintenance projects. Projects for the next year include $3.3 million in neighborhood road repairs funded by the Safe Streets proposal, $1.25 million for the asphalt resurfacing of Kalka, Gulliver, and Irving drives, as well as another $1 million for citywide sectional concrete road repairs. The reconstruction of Van Dyke from 15 Mile to 18 Mile, as well as the resurfacing of Van Dyke south of 15 Mile. Repairs to Mound Road north of 18 Mile, and the reconstruction of 19.5 Mile Road from Merrill to Utica Road. The preliminary engineering work for the upcoming reconstruction of Dodge Park Road from Metro Parkway to Utica Road. The use of federal funds to improve Beaver Creek and Hampton neighborhood parks, several park maintenance projects including replacement ball field lighting at Delia Park and lighting at park pavilions, and the replacement of flooring at the Recreation Center. The Capital Project Fund totals $4.1 million for needed repairs to the Canal Road storm drain, the parking lots at Fire Station No. 5 in City Hall, the police station retaining wall, and the continuation of the neighborhood sidewalk repair and sidewalk gap completion programs. Finally, the Debt Services Fund total $3.2 million and cover the debt payments on city roads, storm drains, and fire stations. For the 5th consecutive year, the budget includes no new debt, reduces the city's debt levels to a 26-year low, and fully funds all long-term liabilities. In conclusion, the budget demonstrates that the city continues to provide efficient city services at a low cost. The budget reflects the city's long-standing tradition of excellence by reinvesting in neighborhood roads, public safety services, effective property maintenance initiatives, diversified economic development efforts, and a variety of community-oriented services. With the local economy starting to rebound, the budget sets a path for the future by strengthening the long-standing partnerships with the community and charting the course of the city for the next 20 years.